Hello everyone, welcome to another video. In today's video, we're going to be talking about the new win rates that Rapbeard teased over on Discord a day or two ago. Now, these are going to be for max level and, the meta, stuff like that. He has Recruit Plus and Knight Plus. I honestly wish they did Captain Plus because I feel like a lot of players are able to hit Knight. It's not that hard if you have a general understanding of what's going on. But I digress. And this is the first time actually where I would argue the Recruit win rates are actually more accurate than the high rank win rates, which is actually really strange. Oddly enough, these win rates are actually very consistent, aside from Ice, of course, but we'll talk about that later on. So Recruit Plus, we have Balance at number 1, then Storm and Myth, and the brackets mean basically it's like tied essentially to my understanding, pretty much, like very close. Fire, Ice, and Death. And Rapbeard actually went as far to say that Death is really underperforming at a 40% win rate, and that's simply because the past year all the Deaths have been getting boosted with their rank with how broken their school has been, but now that it's actually balanced as it's been designed to be, a lot of these players have to come to the realization that, wow, I really wasn't playing good. I was just getting carried by my school, being overlooked and overtuned. Ice being near last place makes a lot of sense, and Fire is a little lower than I expected, but I feel like a lot of players just don't know how to play Fire at lower ranks. Then Myth and Storm being like tied essentially. Honestly, I can kind of understand that, and obviously Balance is like the S tier best school in the game right now. You could arguably mix the other 6 together in a whole tier. Debatably, maybe Ice and Death a bit lower, but then Balance is just S tier above everyone else. And they have confirmed that they will be nerfing Balance. I did post a video on this. Basically, they're banning Aura Pop TC. They're looking at Mana Burn. They're banning all like the crazy cards that are overly valued on a Balance. Hopefully they also look at Gearhead, because Gearhead is an extremely unfair card and insanely broken card as well. But honestly, I think that once they fix Balance, I think all the schools are going to be in a very good spot. Nothing's going to be too overly oppressive like Balance is right now and how Death has been for the past year, which honestly I look forward to that. And I'm hoping this update they have that they're planning isn't going to take a long time. I'm hoping for at least the next week or two for it to be out, because we did get confirmation that it was happening like last week or something, and they knew what they're gonna do. And I don't imagine it's that hard to just click no PvP on a couple of spells, right? I'm actually very happy and honestly a little surprised that Storm is towards the top end at Recruit Plus, because obviously, a lot of Recruit Storms obviously don't really know what to do half the time or how to play the game, but oddly enough, they're actually up here now, so, good on you guys. Maybe you're figuring out how to play, which, good to see. Now, I want to talk about Storm real quick, because everyone's like, oh, you're the buff Storm guy, and I know Storm is honestly not bad right now in this meta. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I think Storm is definitely top 4 right now, and once they fix the TC and other schools having, like, better Storm hits than Storm itself, stuff like that, which is in that next update, I think Storm will be top 3, in my opinion. Obviously, 90% of the player base or more isn't going to be able to have the skill required to play it at like the, peak ceiling skill level, you know what I mean? But that's good for the game, right? If you're a good player, it should be high risk, high reward. That's kind of the whole identity of Storm. And I would argue Storm is in the healthiest spot it's been in all of 5th Age, right? It's not broken. It's not really unfair, oppressive, unreasonable like Balance and Death have been for the past year. It's not cheesy like Betrayal meta that we saw in 5th Age as well. Generally speaking, when you're playing against a Storm, it's kind of on you to seek things out and know how to play against them and get the win. Aside from like a counter matchup or something like that, like a Life or a Fire, it can be tough, obviously, right? I think a lot of places people mess up on is they don't counter Storm stuff, then they complain about it being broken. But if you stay on top of the tempo and you counter everything, you should be okay, unless you're like a Fire or a Life when it's a counter matchup. But obviously that's designed to be that way. But yeah, I'm very happy with the state of the school and all. It's a little frustrating that you have a school like Storm be up here right beside Myth, but we obviously all know how easy and brain dead Myth is to play in the meta compared to a Storm. Like, to put that in perspective, guys, there's literally a doc, and I'll put it on screen. It's literally Myth PvP in a nutshell, and it's just so frustrating having a school be like that good, that strong, but also that consistent to the point it's literally a 3-step process to just win. It's just really frustrating when you play against a school like Myth, which is literally so brain dead and easy compared to Storm. It makes you feel like you get school diffed, obviously, but at the end of the day, that's not really a Storm issue. That's more of like a Rochambeau and a Myth issue, right? Okay, so let's talk about Night Plus now. Night Plus is very, very weird. So we have Ice at number 1, which if you play the game, you know Ice is probably, yeah, it's the worst school right now. I'm not really going to sugarcoat it. Ice is the worst school right now. Rapbeard said that there's very few ices. There's probably like a total like 3 games played, and it's one guy to 100% win rate, I would assume, this season and the past week. So that's probably why it's all the way at the top, but, you know, that's the only outlier in the entire, you know, win rates, this patch update, whatever. Then we have Balance. Obviously, Balance is just the most broken school in the game. The only S tier school, right? Obviously, we all know that. No surprise. Then we have Storm, also at number 3 here. Which, again, really interesting. A lot of Storms have managed to rank up this season. And you are seeing a lot more Storms queue now. And it's really nice to be rewarded, actually, for, you know, outplaying and outpacing your opponent. The only schools where that isn't really the case, I would say, is like when you're up against a Balance or like a Myth sometimes, arguably if they're PvE. It's a good season to play Storm right now because it's just really, really rewarding to play well on the school, and that's, you know, good, healthy game design. Then we have Life. Yeah, Life is pretty good. Makes sense to be there. And then we have Myth, which is oddly towards the back of the pack. I'm not really sure why. Maybe it's me queuing on my Myth because I have no idea what I'm doing on that school half the time. I'm so washed, but interesting there. I would think Myths should be at the top, but maybe we'll see that in next update, perhaps. We have Fire near the last place, which I find interesting. I'm assuming that's because Balance is really good, and Storm is queued a lot, and Life is queued a lot, so all 3 of those schools kind of just, you know, pile on Fire. Also, Myth in the meta right now kind of has a good matchup against Fire because they just, you know, PvE Blade Stack and Chin, and a Fire can't really do anything about it, pretty much, so yep. And then we have Death last place, obviously, with their 40% win rate because they still haven't figured out how to play the school and understand pacing and how to play the game because, you know, they're stuck in the past when the school was just literally doing Storm damage on a Death, which, you know, is absolutely absurd that it did not get patched quicker than it did, but it's whatever. But yeah, overall, I would say these analytics are honestly pretty accurate. Like I said, aside from, like, you know, Ice being at the top and Night Plus, I should be like towards the back with like Death, Fire, and Night Plus, but honestly pretty accurate win rates and stuff like that, and I'm looking forward to the next update. PvP is in a really good spot right now, and I've honestly been playing a lot more off stream. I'm actually having fun playing the game again, which is amazing. It's just so funny because like people are like, why don't you just stop playing the game if you don't like it? And it's like, bro, it's not my fault the game was unplayable for the past year or 2, you know what I mean? But now that they're actually listening to the community, and I think getting updates out a little bit quicker, I'm actually really happy. And there's more, double, actually 2 times the players in queue. That's what Rapbeard said on Discord. So, I mean, listen guys, I'm going to keep it real. I'm going to keep it positive on the channel. If PvP and the game is, you know, in the gutters, I'm going to tell you how it is. We don't sugarcoat, we keep it real. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know your thoughts and feedback down there in the comments below. What is your tier list of the current meta right now? Again, this is max level, not like level 50. And yeah, if you enjoyed the video, leave a like and a sub, and I hope to see you on the next one. Thank you for watching, and as always, take care, y'all.